Good morning, Babel. Good morning, Vanti. Welcome in. The music matches my vibe, but not necessarily the vibe of the artwork I'm going to be working on today. So we'll see how that goes. My OBS, which is the streaming software, prompted me to do a bunch of updates, and it logged me out of everything, and so on and so forth. So I've got it all set up again, but if anything is off, if it's super laggy, or if the audio is too loud or too quiet, let me know, because it reset a bunch of my settings when it had me log in and out. So hopefully it's not too bad, but we'll see. My OBS looks completely different now as well, which I don't like. I'm not a fan of that, but that's alright. I'll get used to it. I just got a new phone, and now my OBS updated, so there's so much new technology that it's not not what I'm used to, but that's alright. I need to put this link in my Instagram story real quick. And yes, I am still using my old phone to do things on Instagram. I really, excuse me, I really do need to move over to the new phone, but I'm still setting it up. And I do need to get it a case, because it's got this, it's really annoying that I can't lay it flat because of the camera. So I'll need to give it a case to bulk it out a little bit, balance it. But that's very annoying. Okay. I'll swap to the actual canvas here in a second, so you guys can see the aforementioned art that does not that does not match the vibes of the music that is playing. I wanted, honestly, I wanted to play like Pirates of the Caribbean music, but I know YouTube would get on my case if I did that because it's copyrighted music. So we're just gonna stick with the generic, non-copyrighted, vague piano music. Okay, I was doing something. What was I doing? I plugged my phone in. I had my water. Oh well, I forgot. I was gonna do something before I sat back down at my desk, but that's alright. I'll remember as soon as I sit down, I'm sure. Squeaky chair. What model phone did you get? I got the Samsung Galaxy A35 5G, which is old. It was actually just replaced by, I believe, the 16 is the model that they were talking about in the store. I actually got the last one that they had in stock, and they tried really hard to make it very difficult to purchase so they could try to upsell me. That didn't work. I'm too stubborn. I'm too stubborn for that to work, and I'm too much of a penny pincher. But they did try. It's very hard to let go of old but well-loved stuff. Yeah, I'm just so comfortable with my previous phone. I even installed a theme to make my new phone look identical. And I'm putting all my apps and everything in the same place. I did need a new phone specifically for the camera. I really did need that. But, man, I don't like having to upgrade to new devices, pay out another couple $100 for something that ultimately, personally, I know everyone's different, but personally, I don't use my phone that much. So I don't like having to pay for that, but, you know, they get us on the upgrade train so that they can milk us for another few $100 every year or two. Okay, let me swap to the canvas. And again, the artwork does not necessarily match the vibe of the music, but that is okay. I'm not super happy with his face right now, but I'll work on that a little bit more. I do want to get his clothes done as much as I can, but we'll see. Rain, welcome in. It's good to see you. I'm doing well. How are you today? Right. Let's see here. I need to make a folder for... I don't know if he's going to be using his sword or if he's going to be using a whip, but we'll see. Okay, so this will be his... Look at me actually labeling my layers for this. I love Samsung phones. It's the only brand I ever had. Yeah, I am the only robot user, only Android user, and a family of fruits. The rest of my family, they all use Apple. They really like the whatever the messenger is in Apple, so it makes it really easy for all of them. But then again, my family literally all work together. I mean, their jobs that they do for a living, they all work for the same company in this like small firm that they all work together in. So they are constantly talking and constantly using their phones a lot more than I am. So it probably makes sense for them to all have compatible phones and everything. But I'm chilling. I'm hanging out. Alright. Let's see here. I'm not sure if you've seen this design of Cyril before, you'll know that usually his coat, and when I say coat, I mean like the outer long coat that I've kind of insinuated here. Normally that is worn over his shoulders, so normally it would come kind of forward like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that on this particular sketch because my idea was instead of it being over both shoulders, maybe he's just got it draped over one shoulder because that would allow me to kind of show off more of his uniform on like this arm. I don't know. We'll see. He certainly could wear it that way. There's nothing that would prevent him from wearing it that way. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I'm feeling. I really shouldn't be drawing his uniform from memory, but I am just going to go for it. I'm going to at least start from memory, and if I want to pull up a reference, I can. I do, however. To do that, that'll make my life easier. I wasn't sure if I was going to get a Samsung when I did my mandatory upgrade this year. I think there's another, I think it's a different operating system. I don't think it's Android. But there were a couple of other like third-party brands I was kind of interested in, but I've only ever gone Samsung to Samsung, so I didn't really want to introduce a whole other host of potential issues. At least not with this particular change. Maybe in the future. But then again, I also don't use my phone very much. I don't need very much. I don't ask a lot of my phone. You know, I'm not running any... Why is my brush size? Oh, that's... There we go. I'm not running a lot of like intensive games or anything like that on my phone. I really don't use it very much. The majority of what I use it for is the camera. So all the other budget phones that I could find were talking about how great they are for gaming, and that's just not necessarily what I need. It's not quite the right shape. I really shouldn't be doing this from memory, but that's okay. I'm determined. That's the plan of Bride now. We have a priest Cyril, bodyguard Cyril from our other book, and this is the third pirate Cyril? Correct. Pirate Cyril is actually the original. He came first before all of the others. So he's the original flavor. This is salt flavor is usually what I call him. Lilith, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. How are you this weekend? Okay, sorry, can't do it. I need to pull up a reference. Hold on. Let's see. I think it joins down here, not up here the way that I was doing it. It's my design. I really should remember how it works, but I don't. I think I'm right. Come on, where did I put? There it is. Alright. Yes, I was doing it wrong. Okay. Glad I checked. I could probably draw the priest outfit, like Cyril's archbishop cassock. I could probably draw that from memory just fine right now. But it's not anywhere near as detailed as the pirate captain's uniform is. And I've changed the pirate captain uniform several times as well, which does not help. I think... doesn't help I'm drawing him at a really awkward angle. Just because because I felt like making it extra hard on myself. We'll leave it like that for now. I know his hand is coming in front of it anyway. Pirates inhabited the land first. Do we have any other Cyrils? Let me think. So, official canon Cyrils. I'd say no. I'd say you have the three flavors, right? You've got sea salt, which is pirate. You've got Catholic guilt, which is the priest. I don't know what flavor the bodyguard would be. I don't know. Pick a flavor. Bodyguard flavor. So you have those three, which I would consider canon at this point. There's enough work with them, there's enough writing that I've done with them where they're solidified characters. The only other one, I think, that might be a contender. It's a very weak contender, but there is a huntsman Cyril as well. Think like huntsman as in hunting game, or possibly hunting monsters, just kind of depending. Which was, I took a little bit of inspiration from that huntsman, quote unquote, Cyril, to use for the bodyguard. Not a ton, but a little bit. They're very distinct characters, the way that the rest of the Cyrils are. But I basically only did one or two very small pieces of writing, and I only have one sketch of Huntsman Cyril, and that's it. Everybody else gets more art, gets more writing, etc. So he's not a serious contender, but he does technically exist. I love his pirate uniform. Thank you. I'm also very fond of his uniform. I like all of the clothes that I get to put him in because, I mean, obviously I like them. I design them. I design what I like. But I have a very, like, soft spot in my heart for his pirate uniform. It is the original. Alright, let's see. God, I really don't want to do the bullet. That's okay. I'll get to it eventually. I'm just gonna start with mapping out some things. He's actually at a pretty intense angle, so I don't think that's really gonna work. I'm gonna have to fiddle with this because he's really quite a dramatic angle. I think that's better. I'll have to tweak it. I'm sure it won't look right until I actually am kind of filling in the rest of him. One of those trust the process sort of drawings, but that's alright. Okay, because he is... yeah, that's better. His midsection is more turned away from the beaver. Probably need to do some more overlapping. That's quite accurate. My new phone is restarting. I don't know why. It's already restarted something like 6 times. Goodness gracious. My new phone also I don't know if any, I mean, I wouldn't expect that anyone would be looking to buy one. It's an out-of-date phone that was literally just discontinued. But yeah, so far, not necessarily a phone that I would recommend, not gonna lie. It's overheating a lot, which is not great. And I know that newer phones will kind of have to power cycle and everything. But yeah, my previous phone did not overheat the way that this one does. So that's kind of annoying. I'm really not happy with that. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna come back to it. Hunting monster cereal. Well, all cereals kind of do that depending on what you consider to be a monster. Technically, yeah, it just depends on on whose side you're on. I don't know. Maybe the pirate probably wouldn't consider himself a monster hunter. He would probably in some ways consider himself a hunter in that he can track people down, which is never a fun situation to be in, getting tracked down by Pirate Cyril. I'm gonna do the Apollo later, so I'm just gonna draw this as if the Apollo isn't there. And obviously we know what Archbishop Cyril thinks of vampires, monsters. Why did I think of why did I think of Huntsman like Snow White? Well, it was kind of based off of that. It was based off of. I don't want to say that it was based off of like Disney characters because it wasn't, but the fairy tales that Disney uses, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and like Beauty and the Beast, for example, it was kind of based off of that sort of huntsman, like fairy tale huntsman sort of vibe. Cyril couldn't play the part of the huntsman in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The huntsman in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs ends up doing the right thing. Cyril doesn't do that. He's too honorable for Cyril to play that part. I have the Samsung A25, and so far that one is pretty good. I think my previous one is across the room charging, so I can't look at it right now. But my previous one was close to that generation, I believe. Overheating devices are so stressful. Yes, yes, they are. This one's starting to cool down a little bit. Like it just restarted, and it's not particularly hot. But yeah, yesterday when I got it and I was, you know, letting it do its first time setup, it was getting really, really hot. I was not a fan of that. So I'm going to be really careful with it. I'm not sure if it has overheating issues when it charges. That's something to kind of be worried about. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it does not give me too much trouble. I don't really want his cuffs to be particularly thick. So I'm going to do them pretty close. I'm gonna come back to his hand since that's all the way in the foreground. I don't do it just yet. I don't know. I think all of this area, I think it's gonna be covered up by his coat. So I am just gonna go back to working on kind of like his midsection for now. That's about his natural waist. Oh my god, my phone is restarting again. Why? I didn't prompt you to restart. Goodness gracious. I don't have... Yeah, I'm going to assume that I am going to have his coat be only draped off of one shoulder. So in this case, I am good to kind of draw all of this side of the uniform. Oh, you know, technically... Nope, just kidding. I'm a fool. I need to remember that I'm reversing my canvas when I do this. Because his uniform is asymmetrical on the rear side of it. So the front side has like, okay, well, it's got like long sleeves. High art, I know. So the front of the uniform, there's like a belt at the natural waist. He's got like another belt that has, you know, like his sword and so on, right? And it's equal, so it's symmetrical. So it's got like buttons, it's got a little top and everything, okay, right? Well, on the back of it, so it's got the natural waist, like it's just the back, so it's like a string. Goodness, there's a seam straight down the back. And on the front, it kind of ends like about where his thighs meet his body, I would say, ish. But on the back, it's actually asymmetrical, so it actually starts at that height over here, and then it's diagonal. So it's actually like that in the back. And I had thought, you know, because my canvas is reversed right now, I was like, oh, you know, I can have the longer part kind of like coming forward because of the wind, and then I remembered, nope, can't can't do that because the long part's going to be like back here, which is fine. I can do it over there. But the amount of times that I've accidentally drawn something that was specific to one side of him and then realized my canvas had been mirrored the entire time, horrible. I thought of Snow White and the Huntsman, the 2012 film. I don't think it's well known with Chris Hemsworth. I remember seeing trailers for it back in the day, but I never actually watched it. I mean, visually it looked really cool. Like, the art direction looked really nice. But I never actually ended up watching it. So I don't know how or if they tweaked the story. Yeah, I'd say that's about how it is. Something like that. This can just be a rough sketch to start with. I'll be fine with that. This is pretty tight to his body. This isn't going to be moving very much. I was drawing my OC last night and did the same thing with his hair when I had the canvas. So it's horrible. Sometimes I end up liking it so much that I just keep it. Like, I wonder if I have. I wonder if I still have. I don't think I'd be able to find it easily, but I did a. I want to find it anyways. Let's see. I did a sketch of Cyril where that happened, and I was like, screw it. I like it better the way it is. I'm just gonna leave it because I worked on the entire canvas with it flipped and just wasn't paying attention. And then I realized that that was on Cyril's bad side. When I say bad side, I mean the right side of his face is towards the viewer, and that's his eye patch side. So you can't see his eye. You can't even see his good eye. And I ended up just keeping it. Oh, gosh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where that. I wonder if I can find it. It's gonna bother me if I can't find it. But yeah, I was so annoyed, and then I flipped it, and I was like, okay, fine, not a big deal. I'll just flip the canvas back, and I can, you know, rework his face a little bit. But then I flipped it, and I was like, but I like it so much better. I just like the composition of it so much better when it's not flipped. So anyways, I kept it. I'll have to see if I can find it. It's on my Instagram. Hold on. I was looking in the wrong place. It's the one of him holding the sensor. Oh, I think I only did a reel of it. Is that what they're called on Instagram? Reels? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, here we go. So it was more than just his eye patch. That's why I couldn't flip it. Okay, yeah, here. Let me just copy and paste it. Just show you guys. So it was this one. And on this, I had done it all mirrored. But his sash is on a particular side, so is his rosary. So even if I flipped it to fix the eye patch, then his sash would be on the wrong side. And I really like the sash on that side. So yeah, anyways, I ended up keeping that sketch like that. Visually, it was delightful. I really liked the movie, but the reviews are below average. Aw, that's a shame. I don't know. I like lots of things that have like mid or low reviews, so just a shame other people don't also appreciate things. Alright, let's close that and let's go back. Okay. I guess I'll do this pelt for now. It's not very detailed, but I'll do details later. It's that thick. Alright, I'm gonna have to adjust how I put it on the rear. That's pretty. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I haven't had the creative energy to do nearly as much art as I would like to. I've been dealing with all sorts of life shenanigans and plans being made and plans changing, all sorts of stuff at the same time as trying to keep up a steady rhythm of actually writing, all while also working a rather chaotic standard day job, which has also thrown a wrench into plans and everything. So things have been a little bit crazy, and I really wish that I had more time to dedicate to art. Uh, but we'll see. As long as I get to maintain my rhythm with writing, I'm happy, because that I would say is my primary creative outlet. Writing takes less energy for me than art does, but it's a much, much slower process, so I don't have anything to show everyone as I'm working. I mean, I could, but it would obviously be spoilers if I showed people. So, Cyril is his handsome self even when the rosary and eye patch are on the wrong side. He gets to be a lovely man even if I draw him incorrectly sometimes. I'm sure he'll forgive me eventually. At least the priest would. I think the priest is obligated to. The pirate would have me flogged. But that's about right now. I think it's a little bit lower for the boots. It's like that, thereabouts. I don't remember. I know he's had both boots, like both designs of boots, where either they're kind of tight at the calves, or he has like that rain water, or I guess seawater also, kind of cuff to help water run off of them. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like the tighter fitting ones when he's in full uniform. When he's working, he would wear the cuffed ones. But he's in full uniform like this. I kind of like the slimmer look. We'll see. We'll think about it. Hello, Otter. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Probably just going to do what I normally do when there's a rear leg like that, is I'm probably just going to have it kind of fade out. Not entirely, but it's going to be like a lighter gradient to demonstrate that it's in the background. So I won't do too much on that one right now. Priest Cyril forgives but doesn't forget. That is true. He will constantly remind me about it for the rest of my life. I favor the slimmer ones as well. I think so. I think it matches the dress uniform look. I'm still like super unhappy with that top. I'm gonna have to redo that. Oh well. That's alright. Okay. See, I'm already getting to the point where I'm just like, I could just skip all the lines and just start coloring it. I know I shouldn't, but I'm already thinking about it. I do think I need to. First time I've drawn his uniform in a while, and I make it the most difficult post to work with, but that's on brand for me. His little collar is gone. No. I like summer boots, and I'm alright. Thank you for asking. Yeah, of course. I'm glad you're hanging in there. I think what I might do is kind of exaggerate the lapels. I guess that's what they'd be called. So this one, you probably won't even see the button because it's kind of curving. It's kind of curving around this way. I don't know. I'll have to think about the logistics of that. Versus this one, you technically, I think I need to bring it in a little bit more, and then go forward. Thereabouts. Let's go further. It's not as dramatic as I wanted, but maybe I can balance that out with some of the shapes of the rest of the outfit. I say as I correct it anyways. The uniform and I had a fight. This uniform regularly bludgeons me to death every single time I try to draw it. It's just the way with Cyril. Welcome back, Lilith. Sorry to hear about the lag. I know there's some crazy weather in different parts of the country. I mean, I say this as someone here in the US, which I realize I may be very off base saying. Okay, so... I still haven't even decided if he's going to be using his sword or using it as a whip. I always like giving him his whip. His whip is fun. I don't know. We'll see. accidentally navigated away from my reference. Oh god, hold on, let me find it again. Okay, there we go. I think that's about right. And then, hold on. Is my canvas flipped? No, it's not. Okay, we're good. We can continue. Okay, and then these ones, I mean, you're really not going to see these at all, but just to give myself a reference. Now we'll come up to... This goes over his belt. Yes, it does. Okay. I've done several different versions of the sash for him. I'm not sure. See, this is the problem when I constantly redesign his outfit. I never remember what my actual final decision was previously. And I'm not prudent enough to, at the time, notate what my final decision is. So then I come back to redraw it, and I have no idea. Because I have versions of this uniform where his sash is basically the exact same material and look as the actual uniform belt, and then I have some where the sash is a separate, other colored piece. And I think I wanted to keep it as part of the uniform, because Cyril, this is all going to be covered up by his coat. I don't necessarily need to draw that. Because Cyril's intention with the design of his uniform is to make his operation look like military. That's the intention. But the colored sash might put it over a little bit too far into pretending to be some sort of nobility, which I think he'd be very careful of. He'd tiptoe that line as close as he could. But I don't know, we'll see. I wish it was raining instead of being windy. It's raining? Oh, it's raining for you? Lucky. I love the rain. We've been getting some rain here. Not very much, but some. I appreciate it. It actually hailed a couple days ago. Not sure if you'd be able to see his cuff from that angle. I don't think you would. most of this detail is going to be hidden by his hand. It's kind of right on the end of where that would be visible. So I think I'll just put it beneath the sash. I think that's the most reasonable. No, that is pretty accurate. The way he's positioned, I think it's fine. Yeah, because this is the halfway point. I'm not a tailor nor any kind of clothier, so don't judge my terminology for garments, including words like halfway point, because I know that's not a thing. Sometimes I send rain voice notes to my friend from another country. It's my little ritual whenever it rains and I remember it. That's so sweet. That's really fun. I have a friend who also lives in the same state as I, and we don't see a lot of rain. So it's almost a habit to send like little videos every time it rains. Like, oh my god, it's raining. A rare treat where we are. Don't see too much of it. That's right, so I did this as well. I think it's accurate. That's a little higher. This. Oh, okay, in this whole redesign I did, I basically moved the cuffs entirely. Interesting. I don't know. I think I want to keep them. This is the problem I have with this design. I keep tweaking little pieces of it. I don't know if he'd be able to see the other side of the seam. I don't think he would, not from this angle. This one you can. this one, I guess, would kind of end up right about here. Yeah, something like that. And then this one has a little tassel. And it also has his keyring on it. Vague interpretations of a keyring. I'll probably change the tassel so it's a little bit less stiff, but you can have some of my rain. I have so much of it, I'm sick of it. Send it here, we need it. I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked the water levels in a while. But our water level gets so low here that the lakes dry up, and one of the lakes here, excuse me, one of the lakes here dried up so much that you could actually see the ruins of the town at the bottom of the lake. People were going down there and digging for artifacts and finding stuff. Okay, I guess I've put it off as long as I possibly can, so now I'm gonna get Parley. But archaeology is fun. Pros and cons to everything. It's true. I mean, I thought it was really interesting. But also, goodness gracious, we need water here. For a while, it was so bad that if you went to a restaurant, like if you went out to eat, they wouldn't give you cups of water. You had to specifically ask, and then you would be charged because we had so little water here. It's not that intense anymore, but they still have things like limits on how much water you can use. Like, for example, if you have a garden, to like water your garden. They actually just did a big push to get people to... Excuse me, I apologize, I'm yawning a lot this morning. Well, this afternoon. They just did a big push to get people to remove their turf from their garden, so like no grass lawns. They'd give you like some several $100 credit towards your bill if you had proof that you ripped up like a certain percentage of sod from your lawn. That's not the proper terms, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, I think I'm going to assuming that this is over his shoulder. excuse me, random person who I haven't figured out which character this is who's down here, but I'm sure they're fine. Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, I see. I see what a previous me was doing when I sketched this. Okay. Previous me being someone from, like, I don't know, about 2 hours ago when I sketched this. Alright. I'm going to combine this. I do think it... Well, I don't know. Maybe it won't be longer. I don't know. We'll see. Oops. Sorry if you heard that. I bumped my letter opener that I keep on my desk. They're just chilling. They're really sorry they dropped Cyril's tendies. How it actually feels to be written up at work. I'm sure they'll be fine. I haven't I haven't decided if Cyril has his sword or his whip, and if he does have his whip, if it's gonna be like around them or they're already injured. I haven't gotten that far yet. Well, I'll get there eventually. Cyril and his, yeah, sure, fine. Come and get them. I promise they won't get hurt if you try that. I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna be naughty. I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. They've just been stress lying there for a few hours while Cyril was dressed up. They were sitting there having an existential crisis while waiting for Cyril to get dressed. It's a whip, could take some time drawing it. Not really. It's not too difficult. I draw Cyril with his whip quite a lot, though. It is also just a sketch. When I do really detailed work on his whip, then yeah, sometimes it can take a little bit longer. Because when I like to do detail on his whip, I like to include all the braiding in the leather. I am going to probably... I don't know if I'm gonna block out different parts of his body. I'm probably going to block out this leg separately because I plan to do a gradient on that leg. And I'll probably block out his coat separately. Okay, I can use something to work with. I can do that. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that other arm as well. I think that could work well. That could actually look pretty good. I still haven't decided if this is going to be grayscale or if this is going to be color. It'll probably be grayscale because that's what I default to, but I don't know. It could be fun if I do color. This is supposed to be on the deck of a ship, and originally, and I don't know, you might be able to tell it a little bit from his hair, probably not, because I didn't do very much work on his hair. It is supposed to be raining, which could be cool. Could be fun to color that. Very apt, considering our conversation about the rain. I will probably also do his head as a separate color block, just in case I want to do anything different with it. What color would be his uniform? So his uniform is black and gold, so part of the reason that I stick to grayscale scopes, oh my goodness, let me try saying that again. Part of the reason that I stick to grayscale so much is because when I do grayscale, I can still get things like black and gold into a particular piece. And Cyril's uniform is black and gold. Pretty much all of Cyril's nice clothing is black and gold. So that's kind of why his cassock is that color, etc. So his uniform wouldn't look particularly different. But it would mean more, for example, if I'm doing something that's going to be in the rain, like a rainy scene, then I can possibly include some blues and some other colors that can kind of add a lot of, I mean, I would say, like, obviously they add a lot of color, but I don't know, they could add a lot of charm, potentially. piece like this. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't work in color all that often. And I am afflicted with a terrible curse of if I don't finish it in one sitting, it's probably not going to get done, which is antithetical to any kind of long-term project, uh, which is partially why I don't really do a ton of animatic work on stream. Like I'm definitely working on one that I'll be continuing on stream, which is the introduction scene with Bronte and Cyril. But I have kind of started up that project specifically so I have something to work on for streams. Because my work process for normal animatics is, oh goodness, it's not it's not particularly fun to watch. It's mostly just me glaring at the screen. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this hand just yet, so I'm going to keep it separate for now, just to kind of make my life easier. I have it poised to be holding a sword because that was kind of my first thought, but I could swap that to a whip pretty easily. Kind of give an idea what I'm thinking. Something like that, just to kind of differentiate the distance. I'll play more with the values later, but it kind of gives you an idea. And then his coat is, I don't want to make it the exact same color, but, well, value, but either way. His coat is mostly white, but has little bits of red and obviously gold, as you can imagine. Oh, my tummy is grumbling. I'm sorry if you heard that. I had my morning coffee, but I haven't had anything else yet today. I do have the best snack waiting for me in my little pantry, though, which is, of course, flavor blasted goldfish. Cyril is a golden man in the night sky. Like a star. Cyril is to blame for my practice in terms of rendering gold. All of his outfits. I'm like, well, I need to learn how to render that if he's gonna wear it. Go eat. Oh yeah, goldfish. Get some munchies. Please eat something real. I will do my best. I'll probably keep today relatively short. Let's see. I know I did start late. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, my voice is failing me. Hold on, I need to drink some water. Okay, there we go. Ugh. I know I started stream a little bit late today because of technical issues, but I'll probably keep today relatively short. And I'm not making any promises. However, if you are interested in the standalone secret project that I'm working on, I'm not making any promises. However, I do believe it will be going to beta readers by next weekend. That is the current schedule for it. So if you are interested in that, know that it is forthcoming. And that I wish I had a better update to give, because until it actually goes out, I don't want to post anything. A couple people do know the title. A couple people have figured out the title and the pen name, which is going to be different from IMMOLATION's pen name. But yes, so that is upcoming. More details soon. Probably some sort of cover reveal / title reveal soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to draw the cover. I kind of want to avoid drawing my own covers. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I need to create a color block for his face. Let's see. Something about like that. Heaven, welcome in. It's good to see you. How are you today? I'm not sure if his hair is going to be up or down. I mean, he normally does wear his hair up when he's in full dress uniform like this. Well, actually, technically, he should be wearing his hat. He technically should be wearing his hat. But his hat at this angle would cover up his eye. I don't know. Maybe it could look cool. I'm not super happy with this face, so I will be reworking it either way. The shape of it is fine, I'm just not super happy with the features. I feel like they're not popping enough. That's alright. That's what the sketch is for, we can rework it later. I like the idea, you know, of his hair being up, because he would normally wear it this way. But if it's gonna be rainy, it would look really cool down. I also just like letting him have his hair down. I think it's fun. I guess the other option is to put it in a braid, because he does do that. Well, he does that if he's working. I don't know. If he was to wear his hat, gosh. His hat is also not particularly easy to draw. Good, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm hanging in there. The past couple of weeks have been not particularly bad. That's not really quite the right word, but they've been very chaotic, I guess. So I'm a little bit exhausted, but hanging in there. If I was to do his hat, it would be, yeah, that would like, oh gosh, yeah, that would probably basically entirely cover. I don't know if I want to cover his face very much though. And then obviously with his hat, he typically wears his hair up. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do the hat. I'll leave it off for now. I'll think about it. Either way, his face needs to be redone because I'm not super happy with it. Hold on, I need to cough. Thank you, Heaven. I appreciate that. We'll see. I think work is going to be taking up more of my time and energy than it has, which is kind of unfortunate. Trying to balance a 9 to 5 work schedule. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm trying to move something real quick. It's been difficult to balance a 9 to 5, standard corporate job with just balancing it with writing isn't too bad. I really enjoy writing. Writing isn't quite as energy intensive for me as art is, but it's much harder to maintain social media and streams, obviously, with written material, because you can't really do that. I can't really stream the writing process. So I don't know. It's a little bit crazy, and I don't know. I feel like my tummy is crumbling. That's what I feel like. Oh my goodness. I feel like my creative energy is kind of thin at the moment, but we'll see. I spilled a little bit of water here. Hold on, I need to get a napkin to wipe that up. I got this new cup yesterday. It's like a cup with a built-in, well, not built-in, it's removable, but a reusable straw. That's the word for it. And the top is not nearly as watertight as I had hoped. Maybe I'll return it. It was only $12, so it's not too bad. Also, I'm really unsure if I should be copying and pasting all of your replies into my interview thing, or if I only put the important bits in. That's really up to you. You're interviewing more than one person, correct? So have you been copy and pasting their replies, or are you doing something different? I don't really think there's a particularly right or wrong way to do it. It's just what feels right to you. I did try to give you lots of material to work with, so so hopefully there's something in there that is useful for you. Squeaky chair. Okay, I have wiped up the water. Now I no longer trust this cup. All right. No, only did you, because turns out you don't have to do multiple artists. The other ones I want to do are either dead or not my favorite. Well, I'm very flattered to not be considered dead, because I don't feel that way. But no, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely rip offense. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think definitely streamline it to, whatever are the most important things or whatever you feel like you can expand upon most in your report. I tried to give you a lot of material to work with, so you definitely, I would say, don't feel obligated to use all of it. Definitely pick and choose what you feel is going to be easiest for you to work with and just expand on that. Alrighty, let's see here. I'm probably going to see if I can get at least some of the gold layered in, or sketched in is probably a better word, and then I'll probably call it a day. So we'll see how long that takes me. And I will probably do that. Also, can I just say thank you because you gave me really good replies and I appreciate that. You're very welcome. I'm glad they're useful for you. Oh, I didn't erase that. Ah, that's alright. Okay, so now Well, you're not going to be able to see that button, because that's where his thumb is. Cyril looks extra fancy today. Thank you. I do like having fun with the pirate and his inclination towards being a drama king. He's a lot more unhinged than the priest is. So he's a lot more fun. Well, they're both fun in different ways. I just looked at the art I did of Cyril in this uniform, and he's not wearing slick boots. Yeah, my original design for him doesn't have him in slick boots, which is actually the case for both the pirate and the priest. So at some point, a previous version of me decided that I wanted to put him in slim boots instead. Don't know when I made that decision, but apparently I did at some point. Because I have sketches of him with both. Go figure. Either one is correct. I'm sure he's got lots of different pairs of boots for whatever his mood is that day. Also, Dia question. I need to put some photos of your work in my book next to the interview. Are you comfortable with that? Yeah, absolutely. You can put and anything that's posted online, anything that's on the internet, you're welcome to put in there. For obvious reasons, I would not put anything suggestive, which I don't think you would in a school assignment, but yeah, just don't put anything that's suggestive. But everything else is fair game. If it's on the internet, I'm okay with it being shared. Thank you. Yeah, you're very welcome. Alright. So he doesn't have any gold on the front, but he does have like a double seam that goes down. And then the main thing for his boots is underside of the heel are gold. I don't know if you'd have any decoration on the top of them. Because I know with the cuffed boots, he's got like a little bit of gold on them. But if I'm doing slim boots, I don't know if he'd have that. Because he wouldn't necessarily have... Like, these would definitely be, like, laced up, right? So you'd have lacing kind of running up. Wow, that's really bad. Okay, so that's not any better, but you get the idea. For purposes of example, he'd have laces going up the front. I don't think he wouldn't have any bits of gold there. That would be too much. So yeah, I guess they're just plain, and then he's just got plain laces, which I'll add in later. my housemates are cooking something and it smells really good. I can't tell what it is. I just had a really stupid idea for fan art of Cyril. Are you comfortable with silly fan art? Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's really close to change that. We'll see. Making it now then. Oh boy. Cyril is ready for the runway. So beautiful. I will allow him to be many things. I will allow him to be a horrible person. I will allow him to be a monster. I will allow him to be a liar. But I will not allow him to be anything less than a fashion icon. It's really gonna bother me how is this gray, but I don't necessarily want to make them red. Because these parts that I've been marking out, they're actually supposed to be red, like that. Loosely. Maybe it's fine. I prefer that to the gray. Oh, he should have his harness on if he's got his coat on them. That's pretty easy to add, though. You're only gonna see one strap of it. It's quite in the right place, but that's something. Morgan, welcome in. It's good to see you. I'm doing well. How are you? Pick one, two, or three? Three. Three for each version of Cyril. Second only fashion icon, is he? I would love to see Cyril's resume. What do people think of this man? I guess I have to choose if it's going to be a sword or if it's going to be a whip. That's loosely what a sword would be like. Versus if he was using his whip. Gosh. He'd hold it pretty much the same way he does a sword. It's got like a little handle. Roughly the same angle. And it could go... I don't know. Could probably have it be like something like that. Definitely the whip. I do like his whip. It's an iconic part of his character to me. I'm good. Sorry I missed the beginning of your stream. I was super tired. Nothing to apologize for. I'm glad you could make it. He's a schmuck in beautiful packaging. True. This is the most accurate representation of Cyril. A schmuck in beautiful clothing. I guess the other... I don't know. Will YouTube get mad at me if I do this? I don't think so. I hope not. Because the only other thing would be... I'll do this brush instead. Hold on. Maybe it's not this person's blood, but you know, in true in true fashion brain thinking, it matches the red in his coat. I don't know. Oh, but this person probably would. Hold on. Hold on. This person would have. They'd probably be this kind. Some kind of shackles. He probably wouldn't have them in like a full getup, because like the full quote unquote would be they've got things on their legs too, and then the wrists attached to the legs. So not only are their hands like together, but like they can't move their wrists up from their side, because otherwise people get too handsy. Pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh God, I'm starting to get concerned. You know, I'll stay consistent. I'll go with 3 again. He's collecting iron. Maybe he has an iron deficiency. All sorts of things, all sorts of deficiencies you have to look out for when you're sailing. This person's not having a good day, but that's alright. I'm sure it'll get better. Oh, I did forget. Hold on. Well, actually, I don't know if I necessarily put this here. There we go. Okay. I think that is reasonable for now. Oh man, now it won't match. Keep making me curious. I think that is probably about as much as I'm going to manage today. Bring the sketch up a little bit more. Oh man. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that is about everything I am going to do with this particular sketch for today. I don't know if I'd come back to the sketch, or maybe I'll finish it in the interim between streams. Not entirely sure. But yeah, this was fun. It was nice to draw Pirate Cyril again. And sorry today was a little bit late. I had some technical issues. I don't know about not next week, but week after next. So next stream. I don't know if I would be streaming art or if I will be streaming a game. I might be over on Twitch, but we'll see. But yeah, I do have something that I would like to work on for stream, which might actually be like a separate YouTube video rather than like a stream video, which I don't know, that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I have a bunch of YouTube videos planned that are not necessarily animatics, but are talking about the lore of Immolation. So, I don't know, maybe I could start it on stream and then talk more about it in the YouTube video. If you're curious as to what that is, it's about the magic system in Immolation. So, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll work on that next time I stream. Maybe I'll be streaming a game. It'll just kind of depend on what happens in the interim. If life gets super crazy, we'll see. Would Cyril shave his legs? No. No, he would not. I'm so glad you guys liked the sketch. I hope you had fun today. I hope you guys got to enjoy a little bit of your weekend. Thank you for spending some of it here with me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. It really does mean a lot. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you next time I stream. Have a good day.